Hi everybody, it's Sandra. Happy Love Day. As you can see, Ben is not here today, but that's okay. He was here today earlier and he came with a couple of his friends and he just didn't feel like doing a video, and that's okay. I gotta tell you, Ben rocks, number one. He does get anxiety every time we do a video. It's just he gets anxious about it, and that's okay. And today, having a couple friends here, he kind of felt a little off about doing it, and that's okay too. But I do want to share that he's doing freaking awesome. Yay. He has not been in the hospital for over half a year. He has been clean since his last relapse, which is going on 2.5 months. Great news. So I thought I would take this opportunity. I have some notes, so I apologize if I put my head down. Maybe if I put my notes up. I just want to take this opportunity to chat with you about how I deal with things. And, you know, we went through so much negative things with Ben's addiction and mental illness. And how did I keep my sanity? Because that's what it's all about. And I just want to go back to Happy Love Day. I don't call it Valentine's Day because I feel that that puts so much pressure on it. It's so commercial. I think every day should be Love Day. I believe that we are here on earth to learn and love. That is it. Learn and love. If you keep those two basic things, learn and love, life will be good. And yes, we all have not so good days. So it's finding that joy. The last time I spoke to you, I talked about, you know, taking care of yourself and that you are worthy of it, and take that time. And I hope you all did that. And I know I got some messages, and I appreciate that. I appreciate any messages, private messages, YouTube messages, Facebook messages. It's nice to know that you're out there. I know not everybody comments publicly, and I get it. This is a hard topic. This is hard to talk about because there is such a stigma when it comes to addiction and mental health. So, you know, for me, going through everything, state of mind is everything. And I've always been one to listen to the universe. The universe is giving us signs all the time. And you need to be open to it. You need to be open to why things happen. Things happen for a reason. I'm a true believer that things happen for a reason. And when things that aren't so positive happen, that's happening for a reason too. And I did touch on that in the past. But it's also recognizing those little signs. Like for me, if I stub my toe, I stop and I think, what am I thinking of at that time? Because the universe could be saying, whoa, Sandra, stop thinking that negative thought. Or, you know, I might be thinking of going out somewhere, I stub my toe. Maybe the universe is saying, don't go. This isn't for your higher good. It's listening to those things. And this is my belief. My belief is if I don't listen to that toe stubbing thought that I had in that moment, the next time it might be my whole foot that gets crushed. It's really being a state where you're aware of what's going on around you, and you're listening to your gut. How many times have you done something and after it happens, you say to yourself, oh, I knew I shouldn't have. Well, when you say that, that means that you got that sign and you didn't listen. And that is the thing that we need to learn, is to listen. When my kids were growing up and we'd go to the mall, I'd always say, okay, put it out to the parking angel so we don't have to walk, you know, 5 miles to get into the mall. And of course, we put it out to the universe, and I'm telling you, there'd be a parking spot near the front door. And my kids got to the point where they're like, thank you, parking angel. You believe and things will happen. I know that sometimes we get into a vortex of negative things, and one thing I don't like hearing is, you know, things happen in threes. Well, if you believe that and you're putting that out to the universe, that things happen in threes and already 2 things have happened, well, look out, you know what? The universe is listening to you, and that thing might happen. So I'm all about, no, they don't happen in threes, they happen. And it's learning, and this is, I go back to, we're here to learn and love. If we could learn from everything that we do, life would be amazing. And that is what got me through things with Ben. is really recognizing what is mine and what is his. What can I control? Well, I can't control him. I can only control myself. I can only control how I react to things. I can only control what I choose to do. And it sounds simple, but it's living your life through that. And that's how I live my life. I live my life through my choices and my reactions, and knowing that I don't have any power over anybody else. If somebody does something that really affects me, I stop and I look at that and I'm thinking, do I get annoyed and pissed off at that person when they don't even know that I'm annoyed or pissed off? I'm just empowering them. I'm giving them my power because I'm allowing them to affect my mood. Does that make sense? I know it's more challenging when it's your child, because when it's your child, as a parent, you want to protect them, you want to love them, and you want to make their choices for them. But when you realize that you're not raising a child, you're raising an adult, and that they have to make their choices, it is very challenging to step back and having them fail. But that is when we learn the most. If you really look at things that have changed your life, it's usually things that have been negative. Like I said in a previous video, I know when I went through my divorce, it was really hard, but I learned so much from it. So continue to have the spirit to live. Love yourself. Today's Love Day, so, tell the people you love that you love them, but it should be a daily thing. If you live through love, you build your energy field, and that protects you from negative. Even your thoughts. If somebody cuts you off, instead of saying, that person cut me off, send them love. You don't know their story. You don't know if they're rushing somewhere. Yeah, you know what? They might just be a very bad driver, and that's theirs. And just, when you change your perspective on how you see things and you see the positive in everything, I know that sounds crazy, the positive in everything, and I mean positive in the negative things. I gotta tell you, with Ben, there was a lot of negative, but I always tried to see the positive. He's alive, that's a positive. He's learning from blah, 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 that's a positive. And the more you feed the positive, the more positive will happen. So continue with your spirit to live. Stand in your power. Don't allow other people to control your moods. You live through your heart, and more love will come to you. I know I'm sounding a bit cliche, but it's true. You love yourself first before you can love anybody else. I love me. Has anybody ever just looked in the mirror and said, I love you, to yourself? That is very empowering, because I know for me, I know I'm a good person because I would never do anything intentionally to hurt someone. And if I hurt someone, I would hope that they would come to me and say, what you said was very hurtful. And then I would take a look at what I said and own it. Anyway, I digress. I wish you all love, love, love. I wish you all the spirit to live. I wish only great things. And I just want to say, with Ben, he had his two friends here. I had the opportunity to chat with them today. I've always said to Ben, you are who you hang out with. As an addict, he'd hang out with other addicts. These two guys that he's hanging out with right now, they are trying to better their life, and that's really good. And I tell them, as long as you guys keep trying to better your life, it's a beautiful thing. Put the positive out there. Take a look at who you're hanging out with. Are you hanging out with people that bring you down? Are you hanging out with people that bring you up, that make you feel good? Are you hanging out with people that blow out your candle to make theirs burn brighter? Step away. You want quality friends, because you are who you hang out with. Anyway, I send you love. Spirit to live, baby. And remember, where there is breath, there is hope. Be safe, be good, and have fun. Take care.